Hi Kiwi! Alright, we are back at Hades 1, and I'm going to be doing something very dumb. I am going to take the Eris rail because I've been having so much fun with that. I am going to fully upgrade it. I bought some Titan Blood with Ambrosia off screen. Now our special will increase all of our damage by 75%, which is pretty substantial. But the trade-off for this purchase is we're going to run 32 fear. Or I'm still doing that. 32 heat. We're going to take 1 level of hard labor. Enemies deal 20% more damage. I heal 25% less. All items in the shop cost 80% more. I am going to take extreme measures 4, which means I'm feeling very risky here. We're going to take benefits package, middle management, underworld custom. So more mini bosses, more mini boss gimmicks. I have to sell an item before I go to the next floor. We're going to take increased damage from traps. We have to hit enemies twice before we can damage them. And tight deadline at its max. So I have to be pretty quick here. I don't know how well this is going to go. I don't necessarily expect this to go well because I don't have a lot of practice on Extreme Measures 4.
What could go wrong?
And I definitely don't have much practice with tight deadline. We're taking the Zeus keepsake. We're going to be hoping for a really Zeus stacked build. And if we don't get that, well, the run's over pretty much.
Most honorable beloved nephew. And I bring to you the blessing of Olympus, so that you might finally get out of there already.
Hopefully we get a good attack. We didn't even get offered the attack, which is pretty par for the course of these sorts of runs, if I had to guess. Okay, we're getting his lowest level attack, but we are getting his attack. We're gladly going to take that for now. I am also not running Stubborn Defiance like I have in the past, so I have to be extra careful about not taking damage. But basically the idea is stand in my special to get 4 seconds of increased damage against enemies that I can't find. And I need to remember to use my cast to increase damage as well. I also off camera leveled up Stygian Soul, or I think it's Stygian Soul. Basically the ability that makes it so from the mirror that makes it so that I don't necessarily have more casts anymore, but I do regenerate them without needing to pick them up. It was a tough decision between taking Dionysus or taking Zeus here. I just decided to go Zeus.
You, Uncle Poseidon, my spirits lift, and I feel there must not be anything that can stop me. I only wish we met sooner, though I'm grateful to have met you at all.
I thought I told you, nephew, not to make such offerings to me. I probably forgot. Or getting you mixed up, perhaps, for I have many other nephews, thanks to Zeus. Though between us, I don't like any one of them as much as you.
Favoritism like that is probably unhealthy to verbally acknowledge.
I have many vitally important things to do besides lending my aid to you repeatedly, nephew. But all of that can wait. Family comes first.
Well, this will put us in good line for potentially getting a strong duo later. Hydraulic Might sounds pretty good for us because we're trying to clear runs as quick as possible. Tempest Flourish would be better overall, setting us up in line for his duo maybe. This is a tough decision for me. I think I'm going to take Hydraulic Might just because I need something to help carry me through Tartarus. We've got the attack already, so just dealing more damage sounds better. The other thing I'm going to be on the lookout for constantly is just any source of additional, anything that can save us time. So namely, the big consideration in that regard is looking for shop rooms. If I see a shop, I have to take it, especially in Tartarus where timing is really tight.
What do we have here?
But we're only getting single chamber options. Thankfully, a nectar to get a palm level, or to get a level up on me.
Damn you.
Oh goodness, this is a scary room. Hold on 1 second.
That's what you get.
That's a lot of things in here. Okay, good. Need to be careful about accidentally dashing out of my cast. Or my special, rather. Alright, let's see, where are we going next? Okay, so here's an example where I get offered a shop, so I'm going to take it. Not because I can afford anything. Everything's going to be too expensive here. Exclusively because it will save time. I don't fight anything, therefore I basically get a free room. And thankfully we're seeing another Zeus. Mini bosses are actually kind of ideal here because mini bosses will are relatively quicker to fight than non-mini boss rooms. I am taking a lot more damage than I would like to here, but I think we got him. Cool. Yeah, see, that room goes a lot faster than, say, a standard room. We didn't get any of the boons I would really like to see here. Do I just take lightning reflexes for the damage it potentially offers, or do I re-roll here is the question. I only have one re-roll left. I think I do, because if I get jolted, if I get double strike, those are huge damage up potentials for us, and we need that early on. There we go, jolted. Storm lightning sounds nice, but jolted is just more damage overall, because if enemies, especially come Asphodel, the enemies aren't going to be super grouped together, so this doesn't matter nearly as much as the jolted damage on a single target. Plus, we need it for killing bosses faster, so jolted first always. And then Palm versus HP and a fish. I think we take the fish. Where is the fish? If I can't find the fish, there it is. A little bit of time waste, but we're still looking for that meta progression. Now, the thing about the Palm here is it's very tempting, because more damage on the attack means I kill things faster, but more HP means I survive better. And we definitely need some survivability. But if I kill things faster, that also means I have better survivability, right? So what's the trade-off here? Survivability from tanking hits versus survivability from dealing damage. It's a hard decision on this one. I think we already got one palm level on the attack as it is. I don't think you can palm jolted or static discharge. So I think I will take the HP just because I want to have a little bit of extra safety on this run. I don't trust myself not to take damage, especially come sticks too, but more so I'm a little bit worried about Lerny always gives me a bit of trouble when I'm trying to run quickly. And then on top of that, this is a tough decision now, because a trial with Zeus is really, really tempting, but it is going to be a longer room. Or a hammer. The hammer could be huge too. An early hammer could be game-changing, but if we get, I still think we go the trial room here. This one's a really tough decision. It's a really good option either way. I mean, we could just not get a good hammer, but every time we get a Zeus Spoon, we're that one step closer to getting what will win the run. His legendary, his double and double strike, and then I guess high voltage is kind of fun too, the one that increases the AoE of your attack or of your lightning bolts, which I guess we're not dropping lightning bolts, so maybe that doesn't actually matter. But I think we're gonna take Zeus here first because he may give us something that kills the room faster. We didn't. I guess we'll take Storm Lightning. That's really not that exciting. Chain Lightning bounces 2 more times before expiring. That will help with AoE.
You wound me, little Hades, with your callous choice. It's fortunate I'm quite impervious to harm, but I don't think the same is true for you.
Yeah, you'll see. We'll see if I take damage here. I am kind of prone to getting hit by his penalty in this room, so I don't know for sure. We'll see. Again, I want to tag enemies as much as possible because Jolted is really good here. Beyond that, I think God-wise, we've already got Poseidon and Zeus, which is phenomenal for this build. I think the other consideration for what we want to take after that is probably going to just be a matter of Athena for safety. Athena does a whole lot of, not only can she refund Death Defiances, but her dash is one of the best defensive tools in this game, especially for higher heat runs, and should always be considered if you're trying to save a run.
Now that was truly finely fought indeed, nephew. And I've a suitable reward here just for you.
She also makes
about.
She also makes rooms filled with witches like this one a lot more manageable to deal with. Not terribly excited by any of this. I could take Flood Shot. I could take Tempest Flourish. I guess let's take that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what is the best choice here. I guess because thinking about it, Poseidon and Zeus's duo is my splash damage summons lightning bolts, and I would just be using my special. I guess the consideration is if I get a really good special focused hammer, that could really win the run. So I'll take it. I will take it. Unfortunately, our time is not looking at the healthiest, but we will see where it gets us. I really do need to remember to get this 75% damage steroid by staying in my special range, because I'm not using it nearly as much as I should, or as I could be. And like, it's not just that, the special itself does do like a solid 100-something damage, so it's hardly not, it absolutely should be used at all times where possible. But I would say these rooms are going a little bit slower than is ideal. I'm just not a practiced speedrunner when it comes to this game. Once again, we'll take the HP for the added survivability, plus it effectively is a 25 HP heal for us when all is said and done. That special is popping enemies right now, so I need to use it more offensively. And remember to recharge my cast in between, or my ammo in between fights as well. I did not take jury summons, but it feels like I have a level of jury summons. Okay, definitely taking Sisyphus here. Sisyphus is another free room like the shop, so we don't have to worry about fighting something.
Timing.
And the timer's paused in here, so we can just hang out and catch our breath for a moment.
Your Highness, anything the matter, or just passing through? Happy that we get to chat like this of late, of course.
Sisyphus, don't take this the wrong way, but why are you helping me? My father stuck you here for an eternity of torment, and even still you greet me with a smile time after time.
Sisyphus is a good boy. A very good boy.
Come now, Prince Ed, that's just the way I am. Besides, you're not your father, thank the gods. You always seemed a decent lad to me. And if you're saying you want out of here, why, I suppose I can relate, is all.
That's fair. Alright, I think here, the healing might be nice. We have one level of reduction in health in a healing, so it would be 25% less than it normally is. Alternatively, the coin allows us to afford a boon in the shop that's coming up, and I think I favor that. I think I can clear the Furies without damage.
Thanks.
Or without dying, I suppose. Let's go ahead and give Boldy a
An offering
nectar.
to the finest boulder in all of Tartarus.
Do we get a good Boldy boon? Cast damage plus 5% really doesn't do that much for us, but oh well. Every little bit of damage matters when you're pressed for time. All right, let's see. Do we get a Zeus boon? We get... Ooh, Artemis with support fire isn't the worst option here, and Lightning Rod would be decent for just having some extra damage on the field. But oh wait, our cast gems don't fall on the ground while we have Stygian Soul, I think, so that wouldn't work. Might be better to save my money or spend it on Hermes for for attack speed, maybe, or more dashes. More dashes would be pretty good. I think that's probably the route I go, and I have enough to buy that gold, so yeah, we'll buy Hermes, we'll buy the HP. 2 more dashes, that's pretty phenomenal.
That's better.
That'll help us with our survivability, especially if we get Athena's dash offered.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting,
Yeah,
ladies.
Electo is probably my least favorite boss to deal with here.
When I heard you were coming through, Red Blood, I told my sisters I would see you here.
But I feel like we are getting a lot. I feel like it's been very weighted towards Electo lately. I don't know why, but she is so mad at us for some reason.
Right here.
All right, well, we'll just try and do as much damage as we can. Toss our special out whenever we're recharging our... whenever we're reloading our thing. And honestly, our special does the most damage overall right now, so just trying to keep that out at all times. I'm just dashing around to make sure I don't get hit by her, because she has some good AoEs, near close range AoEs like that. But honestly, this is that was a pretty clean Furies fight. And with 41 seconds left on the clock, we're making our way up to Asphodel relatively unscathed, all things considered.
The others flew off.
Like, look at our HP. I may have not even needed to buy that heal. Probably wasn't the wrong choice, but still. Yeah, see, we're back to full HP now.
Maybe I should switch.
All right, we're going to take Athena's Keepsake to hopefully, if not, hopefully we won't need to use our Death Defiances here. But if we do, we have the option. Why don't I do this?
Powered up.
Yeah, that'll give us one for each mini-boss and for Hades himself. I think. Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead. Okay, we're going to take the Athena Keepsake.
Should help.
And I need to sell one
Wash away my
boon.
boons.
I didn't think about this. I forgot that I needed a boon to sell. I do unfortunately think that probably means our special right now, because I don't want to give up my dashes. I don't want to give up my attack. And I definitely don't want to give up Jolted. I think probably Storm Lightning would have been the best option to sell, but I don't have any rerolls. So I have to be careful of that going forward. If I see a key door, I should probably take one, just to guarantee that I have a reroll in case I get a really bad pool of purging roll here, because I do have to sell a boon before I can exit. So all right, we'll have to give up the 70% damage on our special for now.
One less boon.
But that's fine, we'll get it back later. I can't afford anything else, so on to the next floor.
Going up.
I hopefully remembered to take the Athena keepsake, because it would be a real sad story if I didn't. Now, Asphodel should be where I save some time and hopefully get an extra minute or two before I go to the next floor. We will see. We're starting off with a Hermes room, which is pretty decent for us.
It's nice and warm out here, I'll give it that.
All right. On to Asphodel. All right, I need to keep my game up. I definitely had a lot of unnecessary time loss playing, but okay, as it turns out, my special still does a whole lot of damage, so I should be using that as offensively as possible. And again, remembering to get my cast gem into enemies as well. Honestly, spreading Jolted onto as many enemies as possible will speed things along too, just because they will kill themselves as they attack. So I can use that to be a little bit more optimal with time.
Ways to go yet, boss. Good news is the slowest part of this particular trip is hereby over now.
I agree. Let's see. Side hustle, special is faster. None of these are great. I think I take hyper sprint for the safety or side hustle for the bit of coin it generates. Realistically speaking, this will be like 240 coin by the time we make it to Styx, because it's like 24 chambers to get there, which doesn't add up to being that a whole lot. It is something I could sell, but I think I would be also willing to part with hyper sprint. Sorry, I hit the mic there. And hyper sprint offers us survivability, so I think it's objectively better. Athena versus Eurydice. This is a tough one, and I think the answer is Eurydice here because she can upgrade the rarity of our boons, which would make our attack and our jolted potentially do more damage. Alternatively, more palm levels. Yeah, I think we can sit on Athena's dash a little bit longer for the sake of potentially getting a stronger attack. And a fish. We can't even hear her singing, but at least we see the lyrics in the bottom. Alright, give me the fish, please. Alright, and fish.
Mine. A crustacean.
Okay, there we go. Alright, also these like friend chambers with the Eurydice, Patroclus, etc. The timer pauses in them as well.
Eurydice, I was thinking maybe this would benefit your culinary practice. Here, please.
Whoa, this is ambrosia. Hard to come by this stuff around here. You sure I can have this?
Absolutely, you've earned it.
Absolutely. Least I could do for all your friendship and support. Always happy to hear your voice when I'm out here.
I know it's bad, but every time I look at Eurydice's like sprite artwork, like when she's talking, I look at the little tree on her head and I think, ooh, it looks like broccoli.
Gotta tell
Like
you,
that.
hon, Orpheus sure is different since last he and I met. You know, back when he was still living and breathing and all.
Like I see the branches leading into the leaves, so it's very clearly meant to be a tree, but my brain sees the crown and says, that is broccoli.
I think the experience of trying to rescue you, failing, dying, becoming court musician, refusing to sing, then being locked in solitary confinement, then finding out about you probably did a number on him. Why, is everything all right? You seem to be getting along last I saw.
That is a lot of things to deal with.
Oh, we're getting along great. Better than ever. He used to be a bit more of a hotshot, but now it's like he's a little more, what's the word? Sensitive? Now I can always tell exactly what's on his mind.
Nothing wrong with that, I'd say. Alright, so we have a chance of upgrading 2 boons to higher rarity. There is a reasonable chance this does not hit the attack. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 boons it could hit, so it's a 2 in 5 chance. Not the best odds, but I'm gonna risk it.
You got it, hon.
We did not get it. Hyper sprint
Ooh, that's
and because hit it. Well, at least we can dash 3 times now, so I guess there's
Next time.
Smooth sailing.
never lucky Kiwi. Hopefully that doesn't matter too much. I still don't disagree with the decision to take it. I'm just disappointed by the outcome, if that makes sense. I'm getting better about remembering to reload in between repositioning and attacking enemies. It's basically every time I start dashing a bunch, I use it. I cast my special and I reload. Ideally, I go the other way. I cast my special and then, or I cast reload and then my special. All right, a shop or Athena with a mini boss. I still maintain we take the shop here because it saves time. even though I would really like that Athena boon, we need to be ever constantly aware of our tight deadline. And Athena is always guaranteed to show up as long as we hold her keepsake. Can't afford anything here, and fighting Charon would be a very huge mistake. See, there's Athena, and it's still a mini-boss. We're fine. And it saved us a chamber in terms of time. Now, this is spooky because we're getting the witches, so I have to be extra careful. Because the witch's circle is very spooky to deal with, especially before you have Athena's call, or Athena's anything, but especially her dash. So basically the goal here is to burst down one of these witches as quick as possible, because the more you kill, the fewer projectiles they have. If you have Athena's dash or anything that deflects, this boss gets heavily trivialized very quickly, but we don't. So I have to be very, oh my goodness, I am dashing into all the lava. I need to remember I have a lot of dashes, but every tick of lava does 5 damage at the start at least. We took a fair bit of damage in that room, but we're still pretty good.
I found you once again, dear cousin, and my strength is yours. So much of it as I can send there to the bowels of the earth.
Okay, please give us your dash. Yeah, I expected that. What a surprise. Although, taking her special here really isn't that bad because it gives more damage than what Poseidon offered earlier. Holy Shield for defense isn't a terrible decision, but I think the special is objectively better for the damage it brings. Alright. And there's the palm that I knew we would eventually get. Now, keep in mind, after about 3 levels of pomegranates, you get pretty significant diminishing returns. So...
delicious.
But getting it on static discharge, getting it on double strike when we inevitably, hopefully, actually get it, can make a huge difference. So getting it on all 3 of those boons between the attack, the jolted, and double strike when we eventually get it are pretty big deals. Unfortunately, we got nothing that we really wanted other than that jolted level, and we couldn't even afford a boon here if we wanted to. So, but that was a really quick Asphodel. We only spent about 2 minutes on Asphodel, which is pretty good so far.
All right, Lerny, let's have it out between us then.
So Lerny does tend to give me trouble, so we'll see how this goes. But again, the Eris rail is relatively safe, all things considered, so I feel fairly confident in how this is going to go. We'll see. Alright, that's phase 1. Pop this right on me as the head spawns out. Whoop! I had to dash out because the chin move came out and I couldn't dodge that easily. The one big downside to Lerny running the rail is just it's a little hard to always land your special on yourself where you're aiming, because there are some not so obvious walls standing in your way. Gotta constantly be conscious of those, although realistically speaking it's not the biggest deal if you don't get it, because you will inevitably have your... It's not like your cast, where if you... like Trippy Shot, for example, where once you use it, if you're not running Stygian Soul, you're down a cast gem for a while. Here, it's a lot easier to manage. The one downside to having this really fast Asphodel is I really didn't get very many boons that I'd be willing to sell, and I may have to sell the special again, unfortunately. Oops. Let's not stand in the lava. I will say, having the upgraded dash, having 3 extra dashes is wonderful. Feels great. Definitely feels great. Oh, geez, I thought that was one of the minor heads, not the full Lerny head there, so I was just standing next to it. Definitely got hit a little bit there. Take this to power up, toss the cast, and just keep up the damage. Well, this is probably one of the best 32 heat Lerny fights I've ever had. It cannot be understated how powerful the Eris rail is.
Good, no more heads.
Still, I do have to deal with 32 heat extreme measures 4.
You crossed through all of Asphodel's
which is gonna be very scary. Unfortunately, we really did not get what we needed from Athena. We didn't get a call, we didn't get a dash, we didn't get a death defiance, not that we really needed one yet, but all of those would have been kind of like potentially huge pulls. I think in the meantime, for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Acorn going into Elysium to defend against some heavy hits that Asterius can provide, and then in Styx, we'll take Lucky Tooth for an extra death defiance. That's probably the best way to go about this defensively. I'm definitely going to save my coin here. What am I going to sell? Ooh, Storm Lightning or Hydraulic Might. Hydraulic Might will be very useful in Styx because most chambers especially the smaller chambers, will not last long enough to see this not being relevant. But it does fall off hard after that point, so it may be better to keep Storm Lightning for the AoE it provides, especially because the first phase of Hades really is rough for me when he spawns in so many enemies and I need to deal with them as well as Hades himself. and bouncing more potential hits from Jolted and our attack is pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell Hydraulic Might. It's a tough decision. Absolutely not selling the Greatest Reflex, the 3 extra dashes, though. So Hydraulic Might it is, I think.
Already.
And again, can't afford it, or don't want to buy anything there. So on to Elysium. We hopefully find at least one more boon I'm willing to sell. I guess the Chain Lightning bounces is definitely one I'd be willing to sell if we're able to again. But I don't have any keys for rerolls at this point, so it's a little sketchy. I'm gonna just catch my breath here for a minute. Elysium can be where a lot of runs
have to smash my way through.
Elysium can be where a lot of runs go to die. We're getting our first hammer, which is pretty huge. Again, the palm could be good on the attack, but I don't think we're at the point where it's going to be game breaking. What hammers would I want? Honestly, the hammers I want most are probably those that buff the special, or maybe give me more attacks. I don't think that attack boosting. Oh goodness. 1 second. I am being chased by an angry chariot. I don't know if the attack boosting special hammer is really that great. It only gives 10% damage and 6 extra shots, and if you're just mindful of your reloads, it's fine. Spread fire. This basically makes us shoot a shotgun. That does not work with our build. Hazard bomb or flurry fire. Because I have reduced healing and I'm running the Eris rail where it does only hit us for 5 damage, which isn't that much, but because we have reduced healing and I'm really afraid of taking damage right now, I think unfortunately these hammers are kind of suckish for us. We'll take Flurry Fire, attack faster, gain 6 more shots. Means I have to be less conscientious about re-rolling, or reloading. I'll take the HP again here. Coin is probably the better option so I can buy something from the shop. But again, I'm in the mindset of I need safety to guarantee a run. And a little bit of more HP guarantees that our heals heal more. Like our Death Defiances heal more. Because I will absolutely be using at least 1 or 2 on Hades, I imagine. Oh, I think that ring around these enemies does do damage when it pulses, so I have to be careful of that. Would really love any sort of defensive boons from Athena at this point.
Should be something useful here.
Nope, don't need any of that. We'll take this because this is coal. This is 15 gold. Demeter. I'm not that impressed by Demeter. I don't really want Demeter here. I'm going to take the second hammer. We got like 2 hammers within 3 rooms of each other. That just goes to show you, like, if you hold out on hammers, they will show up eventually, either in Styx or more commonly in Elysium. And then Styx if you don't take them in Elysium, I suppose. It would be cool if there was a way to apply, or what is it? Oh goodness, chariots. All right, chariots are definitely one of those monsters or enemies that I need to be careful about. I don't have forced overtime going, which makes them a little bit safer to contend with, but they're still super sketchy. Ricochet fire isn't terrible. Targeting system. Your foes targeted by your special move slower and take 30% more damage. Ooh, Rocket Bomb. Kiwi Rocket Bomb is one of the best specials in the game, or one of the best boons in the game. Makes our special do 80 base damage. I don't know what its base damage is at base, or like initially, but I do know Rocket Bomb is always one of the objectively best choices to take. And there's another Zeus boon. This gives us a chance to get his legendary. This gives us a chance to get double strike.
Come fight me again, short one. We have eternity to grow stronger.
Watch me get neither, though. Alright. This is my chance to just use Rocket Bomb and shoot him from a safe distance. Yeah, so our Rocket Bomb does like 90 damage, which is pretty amazing. The one downside to it is it's a little bit harder to position unless I'm in melee distance of enemies to get my Eris Rail buff. But I just go in melee distance of enemies, I explode, and then I have the damage up, so we're fine. And again, I just stay my distance. I keep, like, this is why the rail is so strong. You have really good DPS and an incredible safety margin of just being away from your foe where they can't hit you. Should be phasing him any second now. If you insist, Sirius, I ran. Ooh, I ran back into that. That's unfortunate on my part. That was avoidable damage. We're still, all things considered, on a weaker build. Like, we have not had much luck, and defensively we're definitely in a bad position for what this could be with Athena. That's unfunny. That's unfunny. That's funny. His jolted finished him when he did his charge. Kind of swerved weird there at the end. Okay. And to no one's surprise, we didn't get any of the things we would like. I don't want to give up the dash, I don't want to take the cast, so I guess we take Vengeance. 158 damage if I get hit. That really is terrible, though. Unlucky. Never lucky.
The might of the heavens.
But who needs luck? Ooh. Okay, this is lucky.
Quite a mess you've made here, Zagreus.
Ooh. It's a
You've
good...
come this far, now let's make sure you go the distance, Zag.
I was watching that happen in slow motion. Thankfully you are invulnerable while you are in cutscenes, otherwise that arrow would have probably hit us for like 60 or 80 damage. It hits really hard. Alright, I do have to be careful of those because I don't have a good way of deflecting things. I have Athena, I have Athena's special, but woohoo. I'd love it if he targeted the enemies I'm not fighting, or targeted the enemies I am fighting, that way he doesn't, like, kill them. But we're making good damage here. Oh, I needed to reload. Unfortunately, that one I could have gotten the kill on. Oh well. I think we're fine. I think we'll easily get this room 1, and that means more HP for us, plus whatever,
Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
whatever we would have gotten otherwise. Build these shield. Ooh. Ooh, that was scary. I almost got hit by that, that arrow there. He's killing these things a little bit faster than I would like, but I think we're fine. Again, not taking jury summons makes it a lot more reliable to make tight deadline. I realize jury summons is kind of the run killer for tight deadline.
Hang on to this one.
And that gives us 50 more
I should be
HP,
getting back.
which massively increases our survivability. The main reason I was excited to see Thanatos, though, is because he pauses the timer until you finish the room, which is really, really valuable for saving time. We're making pretty good time, all things considered. Do I take a Poseidon boon here? I think, in consideration of the fact that I need to sell a boon, we take it.
Why not?
I guess it doesn't matter what I take, so Ocean's Bounty, cast. I guess I'll take the cast because it's a slight DPS increase, and it pushes things away that might make it safer for us. Ooh, here's another instance where the trial room is very tempting, and I have to think about the pros and cons. The pro, I get another Zeus boon, which very well could give us his legendary, could very well give us double strike. And that will be, those are both major DPS increases for us. The con, it's a longer room, and I will take a lot of damage. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know how I play with these trials. I get hit a lot, especially if they give us chariots or witches. I seem to get hit by those a lot here, and especially without Athena's dash to give us that extra level of safety, it's pretty sketchy. But it's so tempting, and I'm going to make the mistake. I am playing a ranged build. I need to remember that. I think it honestly might be easier for me to deal with Zeus's penalty, though, even though Zeus will make me clear the room faster if we get something good from him. I think for safety reasons, I'm going to take Poseidon first. I'm just so prone to getting hit from him, or hit by him. Wave Pounding would make us deal 20% more damage. I think we'll take Razor Shoals because that'll give us status privilege with if we get the cast and we get the attack off, which that'll give us 40% damage increase. So Razor Shoals is objectively the best option here, I think, unless we sell.
My blessing isn't good enough for you. Is that the way of it, young man? How impetuous of you. I never.
Oh, he is so very insulted. All right, well,
Sorry,
that's
Lord
perfect. You're
Zeus.
spawning over here. Okay, good. Great, a shielder. Not ideal, but look at how fast we killed him with Rocket Bomb and... yeah, Rocket Bomb does a lot of damage. I just need to, again, remember that I want to stand inside the AoE of my special as much as possible to get that damage boost from the rail. And thankfully, I do believe status ailments do apply on enemies even while they are, even if they block it with their shield, which is quite nice to know. Ooh, and if these guys stand in the eggs, I can pretty reliably speed along the room. This is a minor optimization that I can't reliably pull off, but if I can pull it off, it's always great to have it happen. Ooh. Yeah, shielders are scary, especially with forced overtime, but we are not running forced overtime, so we're fine. I think that should be the end of this room. That was a pretty fast trial, and minimal damage.
Well, young man, I'd say it's best we put this little slight behind us, wouldn't you?
I agree, Dad. All right. Once again, not offered a single boon that I would want to take that really wins the run, but Zeus's aid is always great, so we'll take that, I guess. Zeus is being ridiculously stingy. Alright, so this is an instance where I almost want to consider taking the coin, and the reason for that is it will allow us to buy one more boon from a shop. And that could make or break us if we find a Zeus boon. He only has so many boons he can give us before he has to give us the ones we actually want, you know? This run is being cruel. More survivability, or I think I'm going to go for the coin now. We're over 200 HP, and we're doing relatively well about not losing it all. Oh goodness, teleporting chariots, that is objectively terrifying. Thankfully, if I kite them into walls, we're fine. They will die to running into the walls. But this is kind of... I didn't know they could get that sort of buff. That's pretty funny and really mean. Oh right, I forgot I got Zeus's call, because I haven't had a call all run. My uncle won't call me, so I'll call him, I guess. Oh, right. Jolted just does so much damage. Alright, shop or HP. Like I said, we need a boon to sell, and I'm hesitant to sell my cast now because we can get what's it called? We can get status privilege off of it. So Demeter isn't the best option for this sort of run, but we'll take it. I guess Frozen Touch, here's what I'm thinking, because we're not guaranteed to sell the boons we want to sell. If I get Frozen Touch to sell, fantastic. If I can't sell it, it's an amazingly good defensive ability. It only does 10 damage, but it also completely chills the opponent, meaning they have 10 stacks of chill, and I think that slows them 40%, both attack and movement speed. So we take Frozen Touch here, sell it if we can, keep it for a really good defensive option if we can't.
You think that you can get through me again, Hellspawn? Come try.
I absolutely do think I can do that. Alright, got my special. While they're standing next to each other, I get some good chunky damage on them. Alright. I have to remember that I am running the... Oh goodness. I am running the Acorn from Eurydice, which blocks 3 instances of damage. I've already blocked 2 now, I believe. So... Oh, we've already phased Asterius. Wow. Like, we have the DPS. Okay. The Acorn has been broken. I'm gonna try and save up my... I'm gonna do my best to save up my God Gauge for when Theseus gets phased. Oh, hello. I don't know what Asterius' pathing today is kind of wonky. Not gonna complain about it. It's keeping me safe, but it's a little bit confusing. But look at how slow he is now because he got hit by 1 charge of the... or I got 1 hit and he got hit by Frozen Touch as a result. It is a little too sketchy to stand in melee distance of Asterius if I can avoid it though. So I'm just using my base damage here. Okay, there we go. I just follow behind Theseus and keep tagging him with explosives and shrapnel. Alright. Zeus's Age should finish this fight very quickly. This is a little bit overkill, honestly. This should finish him if he takes any sort of hit, which... Oh my goodness. He killed himself with Jolted again. That's 2 bosses we've killed with Jolted now.
That'll teach him. Not yet.
Alright. My good Shade?
I dedicate this victory to you, good Shade.
So we've got a minute.
Service exit, thanks.
We're gonna have to be really hopeful that we have a good Styx. Like a kind to us sort of RNG sort of Styx. So RNG has not been so kind to us the rest of this run, all things considered. Alright, what do we sell? Okay, good. We can sell Frozen Touch. I think Zeus's Aid is better to keep here because its DPS potential is huge. The risk of me getting hit with it while it's active is pretty huge too. But even if I'm just using it to clear out the trash mobs that Hades spawns in his first phase, I think it's still better.
Use the extra coin.
Alright. We're not going to be able to afford any boons right off the bat in Styx, but this is basically where our run either lives or dies. We've got 6 minutes to clear Styx, and Hades is probably going to take at least 3 of those, is my guess. Maybe a minute per phase, maybe less. that said, even I have to be conscious about, I think it's better to avoid getting hit than to run out the timer, because the timer will deal 5 damage every second. Hades will do like 70 damage in 1 second. So better to not get hit and have that HP to waste than not. We've got one more chance at Zeus here. That Zeus could give us his legendary, it could give us double strike. It could also give us absolutely nothing that we want, and we have no rerolls, and I'm expecting that at this point because that has been the name of the game. Zeus is just a stingy old Bart.
Right there.
Stingy old Bart? What, stingy old fart, I guess. But we'll see what we get and hope for the best and get the worst.
Can't do that.
But that's the thing about it though, like even if I do just not get what I need, we got this far on the Eris rail, which is kind of like a proof of concept of how strong. This is hands down one of the best weapons you could try your first 32 heat runs on. I would say in terms of consistency, Eris rail, Bow of Chiron, maybe the Chaos Shield or the Chaos, or the Chaos aspect of Chaos, or let's see, what do we get here from the shop? 30% more damage on the attack. Yeah, I'll take that, I guess. Yeah, I'll take it. It'll at least speed up these chambers a tidge. Not a whole lot because our damage is coming from Zeus boons primarily, but we'll see what we can get from it. Oh no, got poisoned. Okay, come on. Ugh, these poison, I hate these poison dropping enemies. They're just so hard to like position around where you can still hit them. Again, needing to remember to use both my call, basically all of my damage that I have available. I knew that was going to hit me because he had armor, but I still took the hit because I wanted him dead. Or closer to death than he was before. And we can use Zeus's call here to just increase our DPS. Unfortunately, one of the biggest weaknesses of any rail is that it does not knock back enemies, so it doesn't stagger them, so you cannot stop them from using their attacks if that attack would do a lot of damage to you.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Zeus, please. Okay. It's not double strike, but honestly, splitting bolt is fantastic. At least we got one of the two things we needed. It may not save the run, but it's going to significantly help it. And we're pretty much only offered pomegranates and an HP boon there. Or a Centaur Heart. Or is it Centaur Soul? I think it's Centaur Heart. Centaur Souls are the ones that are sold by the Well of Charon. Alright, now comes the moment of what is our Styx luck going to be? Oops. Oh well, I'm a little on edge. I think we take the mini-boss with Athena here, and the reason for that is we really, 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 really want her dash. If we get her dash, that's about all we could ask for at this point in the run.
Maybe it's in here.
So that is the route we're going, and that is the route we are hoping for. Where it takes us, we will see. Not sure how I'll spend the rest of my coin, probably on a dash, or sorry, on a pomegranate, but if not, definitely that Centaur Heart looks a little bit juicy. A little bit more survivability never hurt in this instance. But yeah, these satyrs are a good example of where Athena's dash would be really valuable. Oh my goodness, we got the 2-6. We got the 2 chamber 6, Kiwi. That's huge. And we got the dash. Okay. I'm having a small bit of anxiety about this, but we have our chance. Now again, this is Extreme Measures 4. There's a very real chance that I throw the entire run here. But I've got 4 Death Defiances, I've got 260 HP in a moment, and I've got really, really solid DPS. I think I can do this. And I'm gonna psych myself up, but forgive me if my commentary falls off in the boss fight because I need to focus here. I have so little practice fighting Extreme Measures 4. This will be my 3rd time ever running it.
Accepts the sack.
So, I cannot make a promise that I will win here, but let's see what happens. My goodness, the Eris rail is so good. Get a Dionysus or Zeus build going on it and you are set for life. Here we go, Kiwi. Agreed, Zacharias. Deep breath indeed.
You vanquished me. Even when I threw everything I had at you, and more. I fought you as I fought the Titans themselves. And still I failed.
Oh, don't take it so hard, Father. There's always next time, right? Meaning this time. Maybe I won't be so fortunate.
I would like to be fortunate, please, Zacharias.
Of that I am most certain. Come. Let us see the limits of our abilities, then. I warn you, I shall hold nothing back. To the death.
To the Hades. Or is it Thanatos? It's kind of both.
To the death.
To the dad. Alright, pop a cast. I'm going to try and hit myself with my special. I knew he was going to darkness, so that's why I came over here to just special myself up. Without forced overtime, I do feel somewhat confident here. Have a Boldy. Let's speed along his first phase. He dodged it with darkness, Kiwi. That jerk. Alright, just need to remember to keep my cast on him at all times. Get cheeky with some melee hits, maybe. I can use these to... Okay, that's the first third. Oh no, it's a Gorgon head. Ugh. Oh no. Okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna toss a Zeus here just to DPS a little bit faster. The nice thing about the Eris rail that's worth mentioning is that you stack up charge on the God Gauge really well, because it's damage you take, and it is damage that it's the number of hits you deal. There is some degree, I believe, of influence on the amount of damage you deal as well, but it is largely... I forgot I have 5 dashes. Oops. Oh goodness, it's the Mega Gorgon. It will despawn if I kill Hades, and I think that's probably the best way to go about this. Oh, thank goodness the little stone head doesn't have his weird gimmick where he does the AoE attacks. Ah, thank goodness. That makes this a lot more manageable. Again, I'm going to cast Zeus's Call here at all whenever it's charged, because I just want to get through Phase 1 as quick as possible. Phase 1 is hands down the scariest part for me, and I guess Phase 3 as well, just because I have less practice with it. Oh dear, okay, so it looks like with Extreme Measures 4, he swings twice, and so I need to remember to dodge. I'm gonna hit myself with a special, hit him with a special, or just completely miss, that's fine. He's gonna use lasers here. You can always tell when he's gonna use lasers because he does a weird positioning thing. He like kind of runs off into nowhere, and that's how you kind of know to expect it. I guess, you know what, talking over things really helps me focus a bit better, as it turns out. It helps keep me from psyching myself out. Okay, we're gonna toss a Zeus here, and oh, holy 150 damage. Oh my goodness. That is, he one-shots us if he does another hit like that. Alright, that's second half of Phase 2. Okay, he's giving us free DPS here, so we just keep up the damage. Oh, interesting. I think he heals from the pots, so destroying the pots prevents him from healing, maybe. I didn't know that. So basically, if I ever didn't hate the pots more in my life, there's a good reason to kill them now. Alright, he's using his lasers. Because this is the second half, I need to... Ooh, this is sketchy between a bunch of pots. Just gonna kill those pots so he can't heal off of them. The attack speed has increased. Oh, hi Cerberus. Okay, look for where his AoE is gonna be. We're safe. Cool. Oh, hello. Lasers. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm surprised that didn't pop the pot immediately there. It looks like he spawns pots periodically through the whole fight. Gonna pop Zeus here for the damage it gives. Alright. We're almost on to Phase 3. Okay, here's Phase 3. We're going to destroy the pots. Okay, they automatically destroy. Once again, I'm going to tag myself with my special to get the damage boost. And okay, we're probably going to lose another Death Defiance, and I am totally okay with that because I think we're good. Okay, he is healing himself. Are there any pots? There's a pot there. Oh, darn it, he healed. Alright, that's fine. Pop any pots I see as they come. The darkness in the room does make it a little bit harder to see that. He's going to swing. Yeah, okay, I've got it. Oh my goodness, that pot did 96. Oh, it's because it counts as a trap. That's why it does so much damage. I get it. Oh, no, let's not get hit by that again. Lasers, lasers, lasers. Okay. It is so nice to have 5 dashes. It is so nice to have 5 dashes, Kiwi. Oh my goodness, that is keeping us alive. You spawn so many pots, and it's very... Lasers, lasers, lasers. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're probably gonna lose the timer, and that is fine. We've still got... I think we've got this, Kiwi. I just have to do a little bit more DPS. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're almost there, Kiwi. We're almost there. Come on. Zeus, Zeus, Zeus. We did it. Ooh, and we didn't even run out of tight deadline. 2 seconds, 28.
They broke through every one of my defenses once again.
What a crazy run. We did not get blessed with good RNG, but we got carried by our weapon. And we got the win.
I must go.
And I think, while that wasn't the cleanest Hades, that was a pretty decent third ever attempt on Extreme Measures and my second ever win on it. Whew. Alright, what won the run? Obviously Aspect of Eris, obviously Rocket Bomb. Flurry Fire was kinda whatever. Splitting Bolt for sure, the attack of course. Honestly, being able to sell, what was it? The chilled boon we got from Demeter in Elysium was actually really huge for us too. I don't know. Static Discharge, yeah, for sure. Okay. New record and our new fastest time on the rail as well, right? No, never mind. We had our fastest run on the rail like a couple runs ago, but we didn't lose our win streak. Whew. All right. That is exciting. That is good. That feels good. All right, Kiwi. Well, let's go round out our run with a trip to the house and a
Found you.
decompression because my arms are tingly from the anxiety and the stress.
I have no new tales left to tell. But do not think that you have won, Prince Zagreus. For any tale worth telling is a tale worth telling again, and again, and again. Bye-bye.
No.
So basically, I guess we've reached the cap for all the death stories, but now we're just gonna have them like start from the beginning. So he's got like 65 different ways to die, or I guess maybe it must be like 50 because we've cleared what 53 times.
Did
so
pretty well that time.
okay. So there are I guess 53 or 54 different stories of death.
Welcome to the House of Hades.
Thank you, Hypnos. Why did you ask that like a question?
You all signed in.
I guess you weren't expecting to see us. Yeah, my arms are tingly, Kiwi.
Oh, hi.
I might have gotten a little bit.
Hey, Prince, is it really true about Miss Meg and you? I mean, that you're, because if so, then I want you to know I'm just so happy for the two of you. That's wonderful, you two. I'm so glad.
Dusa is such a good friend.
Thank you, Dusa. I know you and Miss Meg are close, so I am grateful that we have your blessings. Though we're kind of not out in the open with it necessarily, so if you please, just keep it quiet for us, would you?
I feel like it's natural that the entire house already knows this, Zagreus.
Oh, you better believe it. I will tell nobody whatsoever. No. I'll just be very, very happy to myself. All right then. Bye.
I still love Dusa.
Bye.
I genuinely think she might be one of my favorite characters in this game. Which is funny because I don't know if I didn't care for her, but I definitely didn't like.
Cerberus looks mournfully toward the prince.
I didn't have any particular feelings one way or the other
Boy.
About her back in the when I first played this. But whew, I think my heart rate is still elevated. I feel I'm tingly all over. Maybe it's all the static from the build I just ran.
The work certainly never ceases, Zagreus.
Once again, I failed to notice that Persephone is just sitting right behind Hades, or standing right behind Hades. She's so tiny, and she does not stand out with her color palette there.
Indeed.
I'm afraid I haven't much to say on this occasion, Zagreus.
That's okay, Orpheus. It looks like Nyx does, though.
You and my son. It pleases me to see the two of you have grown so close of late. Thanatos has always led a solitary life. He never would complain of it, and yet I know he yearned for closeness in his way.
Thank you, Nyx. I think we each have harbored feelings for each other for some time. We've finally been true about them.
Then in this, you each achieved what you desired. I ask that you take care of my dear son. I often fear that he shall work himself too hard.
That he will.
Oh, he's all right. Though I'll be sure to keep an eye on him.
Then very well.
The head chef always wants fish. Megara, the featured servant of the house.
We don't often get to see Meg being featured servant. Oh, and she even comments on it. That's cute. Okay. I need to pay attention to the stuff down here because every now and again the wretched broker will offer a sale. You trade one big thing for another big thing. I got 500 darkness off camera the other after the last episode, or maybe it was in the last episode. But either way, 500 darkness when we were that basically increase. That was like a 50% increase in darkness from what our pool was. So I need to pay attention to that a little more closely going forward. All right, chef. I failed on the last fish, but I did get some fish. What do you give? 20 gems and 3 keys. Okay.
Settled up.
All right, Meg, what have you got?
I made it all the way last time.
I did? Are we talking about the run or with Thanatos?
How's it going?
I swear, I've been waiting here forever. Cause of death, spoiled food. That's probably going to be my cause of death, all things considered. I am going to eat something extraordinarily stupid, and it is going to be the death of me. I hope it tastes good, at least. I hope that my last meal tastes phenomenal. Hopefully I don't have to think about that for quite a while, though, Kiwi. I think both of us could do without another sudden death in the family.
Less prattle, more battle, boyo. Give me all you got.
Alright, Skelly, you got it. Well, it looks like the game wants us to run the shield on the next playthrough.
You're
So...
no mere weapon, are you?
I really don't like the aspect of Zagreus that much, so I'm not going to run that. We'll take the aspect of Chaos. We'll take the Palm Blossom, and we'll see what special we're given and how that turns out for us. I'll mess around with the heat that we'll be running off camera. Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. This run was pretty hype, I have to admit. I'm really happy with the outcome, even if it took us until Styx to get most of the boons we wanted. That is just the strength of the Eris Rail, and once again, I can't emphasize enough that Eris Rail is probably one of the best possible weapons to try 32 heat on. If not, Hestia I think would be pretty good. Aspect of Chiron, I love Hera and Rama, any of the ranged weapons really, but for the shield I would strongly recommend the Aspect of Chaos, or the Aspect of Beowulf if you feel confident and capable of using it. But any of the ranged weapons particularly are just so darn strong. But with all that said, Kiwi, I love you. I'm really happy with this run. I hope you are too. And I will see you in the next one for some more Hades 1, or Pokemon, probably tomorrow. But you know how it's been. See you then. Bye.